Hi everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your weekly pick a card reading. Your groups today, your cards of choice are Carnelian for group 1 and its number is 14. Group 2 is Seriphos green quartz and the number is 50. Group 3 is Rhodonite and the number is 47. And group 4 is clear quartz and the number is 18. So those are your choices. I will leave them on screen for you to choose. I'll do, I think I'll do a special midweek reading because we're getting into the end of the year and we have a solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, and I thought that would be lovely. So probably midweek I will do a special reading, maybe looking into energies as we close out and as we move into the new year. Okay, I hope you enjoy, and please give me feedback. Please, if you like the way I read, please give me a like. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please share with like-minded souls. I love and appreciate you. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Group 1, Carnelian. Group 2, Seriphos green quartz. Group 3, Rhodonite. And group 4, clear quartz. Welcome back, group 1. You've chosen clear quartz. You've chosen Carnelian. You know, a Carnelian, it's associated with abundance. You know, this red color is making me think of the base chakra. This is Carnelian, it's orange. It is associated with abundance, with money, with financial abundance. Here it looks red. I'm thinking base chakra, which is, yes, the card of security, and it's the root chakra. It's about stability. So perhaps you are either enjoying that now or grappling with that. So let's see what the cards say. But I think that also maybe sacral chakra energy, so sexuality, maybe you're having issues with enjoying or accepting your sexuality or whatever. So today I want to use, I'm using the Osho Zen. I haven't used them for a long time. In a long while, I'm using the Gilded Tarot, Osho Zen, and the Modern Witch Tarot cards. Nine of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups in upright, the Miser, 4 of Coins, upright. Oh, lots of cup cards. The 3 of Cups, another cup. Wow, that's the 6 of Cups. Nostalgia. 3 of Swords in reverse. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Wow. That is the Ace of Cups. Wow. That one wants to come out. And the World in the reverse. Let's see. So you have the the Nine of Cups in the reverse. And, you know, the Nine of Cups is associated with abundance, being satisfied, being more than satisfied. In fact, this person is almost smug with satisfaction. In this one, I'm seeing like even maybe maybe it's a warning not to overindulge. You know, as we go to the end of the year, there can be a tendency to let go. So perhaps it's a caution. And with the Page of Cups there, you know, the Page of Cups generally speaks about a new beginning or an offer related to love. And I'm seeing there this Nine of Cups in reverse, almost like, and with because we have the Four of Coins there, like looking away from that. Perhaps you are very busy working on building your empire. You know, that's the Four of Coins, and it's also a four. Well, it's a four, and fours are about stability. And, you know, it could be you looking away from love, like I've had enough of love, or having not had satisfaction in love. This reading just smacks of love, because of all the cards you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your 9 are Cups cards. So it's like, maybe it is a warning to not be so focused on money and building your empire that you forget about those who love you. And you forget about your loving heart, because I'm feeling this is a loving-hearted, you know, like a loving heart. You're a loving heart. I'm seeing you as a Page of Cups. It's almost like in this deck, it's the Page of Cups is freeing their heart. I mean, that could be the other way, is that you're freeing yourself of a relationship because you're so focused on this. But I think it also comes with a warning to not neglect those around you that are beloved, that you do care about. And then you have the Three of Cups, which does talk about celebration. This came out in one of the cards, the piles last week. You know, this feels to me like a love relationship, for sure. Something maybe didn't work out at the time. You might have in the meantime grown, you maybe even, and another person or people involved in this might have grown in the meantime. But I will have to see this as a caution, right? Just because if you look at that card, that person is hoarding. It's not like they are comfortable with their riches. It's like they are hoarding their riches. So I think that this does come with a warning not to look something potentially beautiful, look away from it, because you have this celebration card. So this thing feels to me like it's worthy of celebration. And you have the Six of Cups, and look at that. It's like such nostalgia, right? Hankering over a past relationship. And this card generally speaks about a past life relationship. Either a past relationship seems to be coming back, or a past life relationship. And you did have this in the reverse. So again, did you have it in the reverse? Okay, I'm just going to, well, I'm going to see it in any case as, yeah, I think so. But as a reminder, well, I think it's talking about a past love. And it's also, again, a reminder not to look something coming towards you maybe even feels too good to be true, because in this deck, this card is called the Dream. It's quite interesting. And then you have this isolation card. You even see it. I mean, that's like self-imposed pain. Maybe not. Well, why did you walk into the ice, you know? I'm just kidding, but it seems to be because it's isolation, like you've isolated yourself. It could be someone because of COVID being in isolation. But this card in the reverse is talking to me about healing. If you think about it, those icicles will melt and they'll fall off. But there is healing going on. So it feels to me like there's a past relationship. Perhaps there's two possibilities. There's a past relationship coming back, or a past relationship or your past ways of relating to love might affect a potential partnership that seems to be coming in, because you also have the Ace of Cups here. And in this deck, it's called Going with the Flow. You have two aces. You have the Ace of Wands. What I'm thinking here is that whatever this offer is, you might not feel the passion. You know, because perhaps you have an ideal with the dream there of what love should look like, you know. So maybe there's an offer, but you're not feeling the passion of it. It definitely feels like there's a very loving offer. And perhaps it's got you in a bit of a state right now. I don't know. Or perhaps not, because with the going with the flow there, this could refer to you being quite easy about it. Or perhaps it is advice and saying, don't worry too much. Just go with the flow. See where this leads you. Why not explore it, you know? You know, the things I would think about, sometimes we are afraid of going into something because we're afraid to get hurt, but sometimes we're afraid of going into things because we're afraid of hurting others. But you know, the truth is we're not responsible for other people's feelings. As long as we go into relationships with open hearts and with honesty. And if those things don't work out, because sometimes they don't work out, because when we start relationships, we don't really know the people, right? So cut yourself some slack and maybe go with the flow if this is a love relationship coming in. And that's really what I'm seeing here. And then with the World card, no, this is not the World card, it's the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning, it's turned the other way around. It's like, perhaps, let's see, perhaps you really are right now feeling like love is not your thing right now, you know, that you are much more interested in the money, right? And that's why you get the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Sorry, I'm not doing my usual thing of looking at it this way. So there's this smugness and satisfaction, and also a warning, I feel, not to overindulge. Just to be careful. Yes, indulge, I think, but don't overdo it. There's something about complacency with love here. Yeah, you know, it's weird. It feels like you might be feeling like you want to party with your friends rather than have a passionate relationship, which is all fine, which I think is fine, you know. I'm going to get clarifiers, especially for those three. These seem a bit clearer to me. You have so with the Page of Cups and the Dream and the Ace of Cups, you know, it could also be that maybe you're gaining some wisdom about a relationship, a past love, a past relationship, you're gaining some wisdom about it. I think that this reading is talking about you having grown with regard to love, that you are much more in the space of going with the flow. And I think that's a really good thing. You are not too focused on what the relationship might look at. In fact, it almost feels like love is around you, but you kind of like, I'm not really interested. You know, you just want to relax and enjoy the moment. So that's good. That's good. I just get this feeling that the warning in here is not to cut yourself off from people because you're afraid. That's what I'm getting. Oh, it's lighting again. There you go. Not to cut yourself off because you're afraid, or not to cut yourself off from these celebrations, possibly because you are too busy working. So take care of the ones that you love, you know, in meaning show them how you feel. It really does feel like you are looking away from love right now. So I'm just going to get some clarifiers with this deck, and then I will get the advice cards. Yeah, you know, the miser is almost facing the Carnelian. So I think that you are much more concerned with your wealth. Your wealth and your stability. It's okay. Why not? Get a couple of clarifiers. The Star, Four of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So, the Star, you are doing a lot of healing. You're doing a lot of healing, and maybe that's what this card is talking about. Like, you know, because, you know, it could be that you related to love in a certain way, and you're doing a lot of growing. Really does feel like you're growing with this card here. You know, if you look at this card, all the other birds are free out there, and this one's been caged. And to me, it feels like caged in a mindset, and now is about to fly free. So there's been some kind of mindset change that you've had regarding love. And perhaps that mindset was around love fulfilling every need, right? And now with it in reverse, and then with the Star there, it feels very much like you are healing your ideas around love. Perhaps you've gone through a complete transformation about what love looks like. You know, I spoke about sexuality. It's possible that you are even confronting sexual identity, you know, and acknowledging what relationship to you might look like. And how awesome is it that we are living in a world where that is becoming so much more aware of everyone's right to be whoever they are and want to be. So perhaps you've gone through this huge transformation with regard to love and how you love and how you see love. And yet there's this warning again about not, it's like you are not interested in that special love offer. And I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's like, nah, not interested. It sounds too good to be true. So perhaps there is an element of something beautiful coming in, and you are maybe still healing, because maybe you're still looking at those cups that, well, they're maybe conventional cups. They are standing on the ground. They're not defying gravity. They're not coming from some kind of deity above, right? So perhaps you're still a bit wary, but it looks to me like you've undergone a huge transformation regarding love. With this, the sort, you know, you get the 10 of Pentacles again here, which suggests, you know, the 10 of Pentacles is about happy families. It's about stability, but it's not just about financial stability. It's about stability that also it's more than just finances. It's stability. It's the family. It's the love. It's the community that family brings. You know. So I think that you might be two-minded about love right now. But I feel like a lot of healing is taking place. Just maybe, again, let's see what the Gilded Tarot tells us. You know, there might be something in these cards that tells, adds to the story, clarifies more. The King of Wands, passion again. Oh, the Page of Swords. This is crazy. Okay. Wow. This is the Four of Swords, which talks about going within meditation. Let's see that. But what's crazy here is that there are three people involved or seem to be involved here. You know, the Three of Cups can sometimes talk about third parties, but here we have two mature people and one. We've got a fire sign, we've got a water sign, and we have a younger air sign. Although this could also be about clear communication, because, by the way, beneath the surface is the card of communication. So it could be a couple that is not communicating properly. That's quite possible. Maybe one of the partners is looking towards the money, and the other partner is wanting some passion. This is quite intriguing, but there needs to be, if that is the case, there needs to be communication. Look, they're both kind of looking the other way. And you know what's so interesting, right? That's the red of the Carnelian and the orange of the sacral chakra are in these two cards, you know. So I'm not sure which one you are here. Perhaps you are the one that needs to be doing some better communication. And I feel like well, there's this card and it talks about the Four of Swords. And it talks about going within meditation, resting. And maybe that's what you need to be doing, is doing more resting. You know, it is possible that there's all this healing going on and you're not really aware of it yet. And perhaps a partner is trying to make amends, but they are not doing it in the way you feel is the right way. And so you are not interested. Yeah. But I would say this, that there's a lot of healing that has happened and you might not even be aware that you've grown so much when it comes to love. Maybe it is possible that you have grown apart from each other. Well, and then you get the Hierophant. And just as I say one thing, something else shows up, the Hierophant. And then the first thing I thought about was the sanctity of this relationship in a way. It's possible, I'm just going to draw more cards. It's possible that this relationship is worth fighting for. It's a past love, it's a current love, it's an old love, it's a past life love. And Knight of Swords. And again, it's this something worth fighting for. I don't know, that's what I'm feeling here, you know. It is hard. I mean, the tarot, this is just And you get the Four of Cups again, which is not looking, it's about warning you not to, you've got fours, so many fours here, you know, lots of stuff about grounding and stability. So it's possible this relationship is moving towards some kind of grounding, but you can't see it yet. And there's this warning, the four keeps being a warning. You've got the Four of Swords, you've got the Four of Coins, you've got the Four of Cups here. You have now the Four of Cups again, saying, I'm bored. It's like maybe this relationship just needs a bit of communication and spicing up. Perhaps you need to, if you can, take each other on a trip. And guess what? My favorite card, not really, but this card, 7 and 7, this card of playing games and being sneaky. I don't think, you know, I'm hoping that your new understanding of love is teaching you about not playing games. Even if another partner plays games, you don't have to play games. And there's some kind of dreamlike quality that you have at the moment. You're dreaming of all these things. So why not share with your partner what those dreams are that you want? Okay, there's so many scenarios here. And there's another person again. So this could be an open relationship where people are seeing other people, but I don't think so. I think it might be, there are lots of people here. It might be lots of people having an input. This is a fire sign, or at least it represents that kind of personality, or what is associated with fire sign. But I'm seeing a relationship here. So there's a need for more clear communication, really, and stopping the messing around and being dishonest, especially with the Page of Swords there. And this card is saying there's a need for honesty in this relationship. And I really feel, you know, it started off light for me, and it's become quite serious because it feels like a partnership that has potential is not working because there's no communication. Now, a partnership might need to break, yes, for sure, but surely that with the depth of this partnership, it requires some honesty, at least, talking. You see the Hierophant there was reversed, and well, I must have put it in reverse by mistake, but there's definitely a marriage, I feel, that is going through a difficult time, and you are daydreaming a lot, maybe, instead of communicating. And you might be playing games, really. And with all the healing that is available to you, this new understanding of love, why not use it wisely? And instead of staying in dreamland and playing games and maybe overindulging in fantasy, rather have clear communication with this partner. Okay, I'm just going to draw a couple more. This is a fascinating one, by the way. I hope it makes sense and it's helpful to you. You know, your Carnelian here is also a 1 and a 4. So it's maybe about a new beginning, instability with the 4 there. And just a reminder, you have the 10 of Pentacles there. Which talks about this wonderful stability here. So you have the 9 of Wands. Something might have been a burden, and it does look like you are finally putting down the burdens, maybe because you're doing some introspection, right? You can choose to do the introspection, or you can choose to just dream about what could be and not do anything. And I think there's a time for doing that, but I think that this reading is talking about starting to communicate more honestly. This card the Six of Swords suggests that you're moving away from that, and maybe that's where the healing comes in. But I still see with the Five of Pentacles this feeling like an outsider, and I honestly feel that the solution is in your communication. There's the Star again. There's a need for communication and healing in this relationship. Whichever way it goes, there's a need for a relationship to do honest communication and healing. So I would say your work for the week is to do your going within, to do that. To be careful about, there's a playing of games here. It could be the possible that your partner is the one that's looking away and too concerned with something else. But that doesn't mean that you get caught up in looking the other way. Rather resolve something so that you can both move on either together or apart. But there's something here that is so precious that I feel is worthy of at least proper communication and proper loving discussions. Okay, that's one of the things that I'm getting here. And even if this has been a really difficult relationship, you were brought together for a purpose, right? So isn't it better for everyone, and especially for you, to speak more clearly, communicate, so that if this relationship is meant to be moving on, you can do so in the best possible way for everyone involved. Okay, beloved, so that's what I think you need to be thinking about. Honest communication, and from a place of healing. And the healing comes from doing the going within, at the Four of Swords, and maybe using the Star card as your guide. It's like, maybe play with the element of water. Imagine yourself just pouring water all over yourself, just bathing in those healing waters, or being under a waterfall of clean and clear water and healing water, and bless the relationship with that, so that whatever you do comes from a place of peace and comes from a place of love, despite what the other person is doing. Okay, I hope that helps, Group 1. Lots of love to you, and I will chat with you in the middle of the week. I'll have a special reading for the new moon in Sagittarius. It's a solar eclipse around the 14th. And I thought I'll do a roundup and looking into maybe 2021. Lots of love to you. I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, Group 2. You chose Seriphos Green Quartz, and it's a number 5. It's a 50. So, which might suggest changes, and I would say in the area of love. Perhaps you're working with the heart chakra. And love can even speak about self-love. I'm going to use the, I'll do the same as I did others. Let me be consistent. You know how words just fly out of my head sometimes. So these are the Oshos in. I haven't used them in a while. To come out. So fighting in reverse. 2 of Cups, friendliness and slowing down in reverse. Wow. Interesting. Healing. Wow. That is the King of Cups. Understanding, the Page of Cups in reverse. Postponement, the 4 of Swords. The 4 of the Emperor, the 6 of Wands, another 4. Well, the previous reading was very much about stability. stability was an issue, and it seems like it's here for you as well. So fighting is over. I think that this is the Knight of Swords. I don't know why it's depicted as angry. But the Knight of Swords is a go-getter. He rushes in, maybe impetuous. They are, but no. In any case, in the Osho Zen, it's depicted as fighting. So it feels to me like some relationship is ending one way of being and is moving into a different way of being. And it's a loving way of being. This is the Two of Cups. And it's depicted as two trees, and it says friendliness, and if you think about it, the best relationships, long-term committed partnerships and loverships, let's call it that, are the ones that have their basis in friendship. So some relationship, it could be that something, it's possible that a friendship is going to turn into a lovership. That's the gist of it. And it might happen fast. Something might happen quite quickly. Healing, that's the King of Cups. Perhaps you are dealing with the King of Cups. That's a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. It could be someone who has the qualities of King of Cups. And I would say that's a person who is comfortable with being in their, with showing emotions, with sharing emotions, because they know their boundaries. But in the Osho Zen, you see the healing over the head and over the solar plexus, but it's like a deep, peaceful healing. But the center is the heart. It's really beautiful. So the blue, I guess, representing the water element, but it's dealing with very much with the heart. So there's some powerful human in your space, I think, that has a lot of love to give you. But here is the Page of Cups. And for some reason, I'm seeing you as the Page of Cups. Perhaps you are still caged in some notion of love. Perhaps you are so used to seeing this person as a friend that you are not willing to see them as anything else. That's what I'm getting there. And then with postponement, it's there's a very dreamy quality in this card. It's like looking out at the future and not looking at the present. Although this card is the Four of Swords, which is the card of meditation and going within. So perhaps your encouragement is to let your meditation for the week ahead be very gentle. Don't put any restrictions on it. Let it be a kind of flowing meditation of dreaming. Let it be a dreamlike kind of meditation. Okay. And then you have the Emperor in the reverse. And in here it's called the Rebel. So I think that perhaps, it could be that you are used to the proverbial bad boy thing, which doesn't have to be a boy, obviously, but that image of the rebel. And this person is not presenting us that, but there's something really beautiful about this person, I think, that's being presented to you. They might not have that Aries type of quality of just that fire and passion, but they've got so much else, because this Aries can, the Emperor can also be dogmatic, and I don't think you want that. I think you want a partnership, right? If this is about love, which I think it is. If it's not about love, perhaps it's a work situation that was constantly bickering, and now there's some kind of change in the relationship, a work relationship, or the ways of working. It's becoming more like a partnership. But perhaps that's happening too quickly for you. Perhaps it was very, very antagonistic, and now it's becoming nicer, and it could be because of this kind of energy in your, perhaps some peace and some healing has happened. But perhaps you're not yet ready for it, and that's okay. And that's why this is presenting here as just dreaming, like allowing yourself, cutting yourself some slack, and in your meditations, just dreaming about allowing your mind to wander. I promised I'd put that meditation of the heart healing. In fact, I did it with a group yesterday called Shai's Fuba, a women's group, and it was so beautiful. 3 people reported feedback of sweating when I did the heart-centered breathing. So I must make a plan and put that up. But in the meantime, maybe you just allow your mind to wander in your meditations and do the breathing from the heart, work with this and this. And so if it's a work situation, this rebel, someone has changed. It feels like someone's gone through a 90-degree, 180-degree transformation because of this healing. So if it's a lovership, it could even be a current partner that's completely changed, but you're not ready for it, and that's okay. And perhaps it's because you're afraid that something in the past will happen again and not be successful. But then you get this card of participation, and I think it's an invitation to you. If you look at these cards closely, it's like hands. It is hands. It's people putting their hands out like this. But they all are. And they're sharing, participating together. So there's something about that, and I'm going to use 2 more decks to get clarification and your advice. It's quite an intriguing reading. So either a relationship is healing and you are being guided towards it, but take your time. Don't let it rush you, That's what I think. And likewise, if it's a work situation, I see healing and potential for so much success in that work relationship. You're not ready, feels like. And that's okay. And you get the 2 of Swords. And, so you are not sure it feels. And the Queen of Wands came out in the previous one as well. It feels like perhaps you are not sure because there has been a lot of sneakiness, maybe in the past, maybe with other people, and it could be with the same person, and that's why you are quite undecided. And I think that's what's showing in here, and that's why you're getting this, like, do this meditation. I'll talk about that just now in more detail. I've forgotten to look at this way. Let me just do this and see what comes up. I did that, So something has ended, some kind of negativity has ended because there's been a lot of healing. And it could be you that's been committed to this healing. And because of that, some kind of antagonistic force has been displaced in a way. And it's been through love. It's been through love, really. It could relate to someone having done a complete change and realizing that their dogma is not working for them. You have this potential partnership, but you might be looking away from it at the moment because you're afraid that it might not bear fruit. But I love that you have the 2 of Cups there. It just says there's so much potential. Something wants to happen quickly, but I think you're not ready for it to happen quickly. You want to take your time and do your daydreaming and dream your perfect partnership, work relationship into being. That's lovely. and one that I think is based on such total cooperation. Right? And then I think that you're so tired of game playing. It's almost like you want to stand on your own for a while as the Queen of Wands. You might not be a Queen of Wands. You could be, but you could have those qualities. So the other thing is, so fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So it could be two people with those qualities playing out here. One of them might have undergone a complete change, and because of that, there's healing in this relationship. But I feel that this is you saying, I want my independence, and I'm still doing this, going within. So let me just be my passionate Queen of Fire and do my own thing. Do you know? That's what I see there. Let's get from the Modern Witch Tarot. Let's see what other light can be. Oh, I had such a moment. I thought it wasn't recording, but I forgot to record. You get the Six of Wands, the Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. That's the Six of Wands turned upright. That's lovely, right? Oh, 10 of Cups, man, and 5 of Swords. This is the card that I would worry about, right? What I'm seeing here is some kind of transformation. Yes, this might have been an energy of the past, and it's making you feel stuck. But what you're getting now is this victory, potential for victory. It could be victory alone, but really there feels like a partnership here, right, with that Queen of Swords. And I think that a lot of it has to do with you knowing that if you need to be, you can be the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is a clear communicator. She cuts out crap. If crap needs to be cut out, she does that. And you are working towards your 10 of Cups, your wonderful partnership that is so fulfilling, a family, you know, but, and that's what you want. And why not? The only thing is you need to not let the past, I think, hinder your future. Ideas about pain and your fear of pain hinder your future. But I think at the same time, you are being guided to just enjoy your independence, but open yourself up to possibilities. If this is a work relationship, likewise, you must trust that you can have that ideal working situation because you have grown so much and you can now be this queen that is fair, but like just takes no prisoners, you know. So you need to trust that and not focus too much on that. I'm going to get a clarifier. Let me get a clarifier for these two cards, the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. Let me get the 7 of Swords. Okay. Then you get Justice. Okay. So, right. What I'm going to say is there has been a lot of healing and there's a possibility for a lot of success. I think that the previous group got this. You do not have to play games. You know, I can only say that it's about you not playing games. Now, I wanted to post something yesterday in the group. These two cards have been coming up for me. The 3 of Swords with the Justice card in reverse. And this is reminiscent of the Three of Swords. The Seven of Swords leads to the Three of Swords, right? And there you have the Five of Swords as well, they being carried. So it's about game playing, it's about a lack of honesty. It's about not honoring the two, the partnership. And the injustice also indicates that too again. So if you are playing games, this is a card of saying don't. If others are playing games, I think you need to trust that you have this Queen of Swords, and you would have the ability to see. So don't let that get in the way of potential beautiful working or love relationships. But there is a caution not to play games. Now, the thing that I wanted to, and what seems relevant here and what I wanted to talk about, and what I shared in Chai's Fulba yesterday was, where is our heartbreak attached to, where is it linked to an attachment to something? Now, it's easy to say, yes, heartbreak is always, it's because of attachment to another person, right? Or to losing a job or whatever. But I'm talking more about ideas and expectations and ways of being. Here, it could be you have a set idea about how people should behave, or you have a set idea of how you should behave, right? And that is what is causing whatever pain might be here in this situation. And I think you need to think about where is a current difficulty, pain, whatever, that you are experiencing linked to your attachment to an idea, a way of doing things, a way of being, an expectation, a belief that this is the way it should be done, kind of thing. So just think about that. And I'd love to hear from you how that played out for you. So just explore that in the week ahead. But I think that I'm going to draw 3 more. I'm just in both groups, I'm drawing extra and extra cards. So they're quite fascinating. So I think that would be lovely for you to do. Maybe that's what your meditation, in your meditation. Well, I think your meditation is meant to be like lighthearted, daydreaming, going within, and I said I'll come back to that, I'll do that. But I think that alongside that, maybe with your journaling, because these are both head cards, perhaps like just writing down where you are committed to an ideal and your attachment to those thoughts, those values, those expectations might keep you stuck, maybe playing games or stuck in some kind of heartbreak. Okay, so I think that's a really good thing to work on. And I'm just going to get 3 more advice cards, and that's it. That's one, the Tower, another Queen, and Temperance. So I think something needs to fall, something needs to come down, right? So, at the beginning of this, there was this promise of this wonderful possibility of something completely transformed, but perhaps you are holding on to a belief that it cannot be transformed. So I think that you need to let a tower fall, and I think that the tower is in your beliefs. Just allow whatever needs to crumble to crumble. You have all this Queen energy. Did you get the Queen of Wands? You've got the Queen of Wands, you've got the Queen of Coins, you've got the Queen of Swords. It's like a reminder, I think, that you have all this powerful Queen-like energy, the nurturing energy within you to handle whatever situation. So you've got the Queen of Coins, who's also quite direct and firm and solid. You have the Queen of Wands, that's passionate and fiery and can create. And then you've got the Queen of Swords, who can cut through and speak and communicate. So trust that you have those. And then you get the Temperance card, which is like an integration of all those. So somehow you need to, I think the tower that needs to fall is your ideas about how things should be. Yeah. I hope that makes sense, because I think that if you don't look at that and look at how your behavior might be blocking something that is trying to transform, might cause you pain, I think. And so I'm going to share to end this meditation of simply breathing with your heart, just focusing on the color green and breathing in and out from your heart, straight in. Just see how that goes, and with your mind, and breathe in and get yourself in a relaxed state, and then let your mind wander and play and dream. But if you find your mind making you anxious, focusing on lists, focusing too much on a set future and a set idea of how things should be, gently bring it back to the breathing again. And you can use this image to guide you in that, in and out breathing, and then letting the mind wander, and just as long as you like. So maybe these are all the things you need to think about. These are what's going on, and maybe this is your healing for the week ahead, and not to worry too much about that. Just be aware of it and then do your healing work. Okay, beloveds, I know that's for me that it seems like something quite complex, whether it's a personal relationship or a work kind of relationship. Yeah, and if you think about it, those queens could be different people, but there's something that wants to be healed. And because this reading is for you, you are central to that. You are central to make, you are key. What you do, negative or positive, can have an impact on that. And why not do something positive, right? Okay, group 2, I hope that helps you. I wish you a wonderful week ahead. I am going to do another little reading, special reading in the middle of the week for the full moon, the new moon in Sagittarius. It's a solar eclipse. So I might do something special for you. And now that my work has, most of the work is done, I'm still going to do some education videos. But the heavy work is mostly done. I will have time for like fun stuff like that. Okay, beloveds, lots of love to you. I will chat with you again soon. Please give me a like if this resonated. Please share, and please subscribe if you haven't. Also, give me feedback. I'd love to hear how this worked for you, if this made sense and is your story. Lots of love to you. Chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose Rhodonite. It's a 4 and a 7 stability. Maybe, I was thinking about 777, maybe divine guidance. For me, Rhodonite is about the higher heart. Look at that lovely pink color. It's about the heart. But I think it's about the higher heart, like higher love kind of thing. Let's see. The first 2 readings were quite intense or convoluted. They were quite intriguing. Maybe let's see what you have, group 3. Okay, that wants to come out, and that's about the heart. So there is a quite a bit of heavy energy here, but it feels like healing is coming. Wow, look at that. Wow. Ooh, nice. Nice, hectic, heavy, but also there's some nice stuff here. Okay. So I think that you have gone through something painful and you're healing from it. Let me see if this is going to work better. Isolation. Some kind of heartbreak, real heartbreak that you've been through. It's made you feel like you just really like an outsider. Like, I mean, look at this little bugger. Oh, man, just look how cute that is. Wanting to go in and play with the others, and it could be, given that it's in the reverse, that you are putting yourself in this situation of the outsider now because of this heartbreak, and you're being asked to trust. This is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups approaches love innocently, you know. Some see the Knight as the player, but in this card, there's such innocence in being able to trust. It almost feels like the Fool card, and you really are being invited to trust. I think to trust, and I'll come to that, I'll come to what that trust is about. So you have three major arcana. You've got the Earth Mother, this is the Empress, but you have the Empress in reverse. I think that this pain that has been caused, this pain that you are experiencing has made you feel maybe like, unfeminine. Maybe you are a feminine person, whoever you are, whether you relate more to, whether you are, whatever body you are in, or however you identify, you are, I think, a feminine person, and you embrace your femininity, but right now you aren't. Because of this heartbreak, you feel like exposed and or excluded from your nature. It feels like something like that. And you're hankering after something from the past there with that dream card. It's like, I want that too, or I want that, my love, to come back. But this pain that's being caused by whatever is leading to, this is the Chariot in the normal, well, how it's normally depicted is it's the Chariot. But in this deck, it's talking about awareness. It's like things falling away so that you can really see. So it feels to me like whatever pain has happened, it's it needed to happen so you could see the truth and accept the truth. And you might be not able to go with the flow right now. This is the Ace of Cups, because you feel like your cup is spilt now. The love is not there, and then the water's flowed out. So it feels like something painful happened in love for you, but you're being invited. These are 2 8 cards, right? And that's the Strength card, and saying you have the strength that, you know, from this flower is growing from rock, you know. So from the hardest conditions, there's this beautiful spiritual flower that's like a light growing out of that. It's almost like trust that whatever this painful experience is allowing you to grow somehow. And yesterday in this group, I was with the healing group, with a group of women who get together to do healing, and it's called Shai's Fuba, and we were talking about the pain is where the light enters. And I know I speak about that a lot, and I was talking about that yesterday. Like, trust that whatever the pain is, it is a guide to something beautiful emerging, you know, beautiful you emerging. And, you know, this is the 8 of Cups, and it's so beautifully depicted here as the letting go. Letting go. So here, this pain, I feel, has really messed with your, you know, when the Empress is upright, she knows that she's a creator. She's the mother of creation kind of thing. And in the reverse, it's like you feel a lack of that. You feel like it's all gone. You're not beautiful, and you're not, almost like you're not feeling worthy of love. And likewise with this, it's like I'm a complete outsider. So maybe you are feeling a bit sad, and quite sad actually. Like you're hankering, you feel like you have been left out in the cold, and there you're looking at maybe your partner is with somebody else, someone that you loved is with somebody else, and you're alone there. I don't know why all the readings seem to be about love so far. And you're hankering after that, but your guidance is to trust this. Trust this. And here again, you have the trust card. Look how that leap. This is such a beautiful card you can play with, like imagining yourself just flying like that, taking a leap off a cliff and being able to fly, and just trust where the currents take you. Because whatever's happened, it's happening for your good. You know, you are learning such a beautiful lesson, even if it's painful, and you're learning lessons about letting go of things that don't serve you. And perhaps you're a person that holds on beyond, perhaps you're a person that's very loving and holds on beyond the time of letting go. Maybe that's your lesson. It doesn't even have to be a lovership, although I feel it might be. You know, that heartbreak could be a heartbreak of losing someone. Somebody could have passed away, you know, and it's really making you feel so sad. And I think that your guidance is to really trust that you're not unloved by spirit or your ancestors or your higher self. It's not an act of not love of you. You are still worthy, you know, and you're so worthy that this card shows up, that this is just you being groomed to this new you, you know. You are just being taken a step closer. And you get the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and it's saying don't rush your healing. That's what I think that's saying. The Queen of Cups. I don't know what it is about this deck and all the court cards, and the Ten of Swords. It was in the reverse. So this is not your advice. It's just more clarifiers, because I've done that with the others. So don't rush. And with the Queen of Cups here, I think that this is reminding you that you have all the love. That cup here that you feel is spilt, you have it within you. You can, I think that you must indulge in lots of acts of self-love this week ahead. Lots and lots and lots of self-care and self-love. And watch the swords fall out of your back. Let the swords fall out of your back. Whatever's happened, trust, beloveds, that even if it's painful, there's something good that will come out of it. And if you've lost a loved one, you know, through death, my deep condolences. I know how hard that can be, but don't let it dim your light. And maybe your healing this week is in your self-love. Okay, let's see what the Modern Witch Tarot has for us. What you can add. The Empress again, but it's in the reverse. So I think your challenge is to raise her up to her upright position. I'll take these. The Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Swords again, and it's in reverse. So that's great. of Wands, another Queen. The Empress, I think that you are healing this week. You are being encouraged to heal so you can find your Empress again. Look at her. Nothing can touch her, you know. She's so confident and she knows how abundant she is. And the Page of Pentacles, let me see. Yes, I think that you are being invited to look at this as the mystery that it is, that whatever you're going through is a little mystery, a little puzzle that you are being invited to explore. If you can do that, I think that would be so beautiful. It's like you are being called to a new beginning of some sort, a new beginning after these swords have fallen out. You are moving towards some kind of bright new beginning. And with the Queen of Wands there, perhaps some kind of creative new beginning, you know. Passionate, she's passionate. Look, she's got that flower in her hand. This flower, I know it's a different flower, but it's like talking about the same thing. You're perhaps going to come out of this feeling so much more balanced, more confident and more passionate, and confident in your ability to create and trusting your intuition. So something that seems negative is really something positive. We'll get the last 3 advice cards. With me, my question here will be like what the active self-care you can be doing. Okay. To help you with this letting go that you're doing. At least you're trying to do, right? You know, sometimes this could be, you know, it's a loss that you're in pain about something. And, you know, it could even not be love, even though it appears that way, but it could be work. It could be something that was important to you that's causing you pain. That's caused you pain. Then you get the 7 of Wands. Now the self-care that I'm talking about, self-care, letting down your burdens. I think that you need to, in your mind's eye, literally see yourself placing down these burdens, putting them down. And I always say with this card, remind yourself, and it comes back to this big lesson that whatever you are going through, you will emerge more beautiful, so strong, and you will see something that you haven't seen about yourself. That's what I think. You will find out something about yourself that you hadn't seen, and it's related to this Queen of Wands type of energy, fiery, passionate, nurturing energy. So I think that's part of your self-care, is that doing that in meditation, and trusting the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. Trust. That's your other thing of self-care, is trusting. Doing this one, that's the one meditation, that's the other meditation. Just playing in your meditation, doesn't have to be heavy. And doing this, believing in yourself, trusting yourself. The 7 of Wands is about standing up for yourself against all the odds. So whatever's coming up at you, you've got to fill yourself up full of self-love this week. So with self-care, I'm seeing these 2 meditations, and I did this for group 2 as well. I think that heart breathing thing that I did the other day, and I really, I'm going to try and put that up in the week, that meditation up in the week. You know, I've finished work just about, but there's so many little things that I need to do now, like family, and my son needs to go have his teeth done. I have to do all my doctor's appointments. I've got to get things fixed in the house. It's so funny. There's always something. And then my education series, I need to sort that out. But I will try and get that meditation out. But in the meantime, just do that heart breathing. Green. You could even use this pink color, because this is also a heart color. In and out from the heart. Deep breathing, like straight into your heart and straight out of your heart. And then in that state of peace that comes from that breathing, do these 2 exercises. Seeing yourself, throwing yourself off and floating wherever that takes you. And likewise, going in and letting down those burdens. You could even look at what those are. And I was saying, and I know I sometimes lose my train of thought because I go on to something else, remembering that each of these is an achievement. Might feel heavy right now, but each of these things is something that you, even if you see it as a failure, it's not a failure, it's a lesson, it's something you've learned and something you know now, right? Just remember that each of these is something that you've acquired. Okay, dear hearts, I think that your week ahead is about cutting yourself some slack and being ultra gentle with you and doing that self-love. And your standing up for yourself is in doing these acts of self-love. Okay, group 3, I'm going to leave it there. I send you lots of love. I will be doing another reading in the week. A special reading for the new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. I think I'll do a roundup of the year and looking into the new year. You know, I don't like to project too much into the future or have definites, but just a quick energy check-in. Let's call it that. Okay, group 3, I hope this helps. I hope that it helps with your healing and you realize that this beautiful thing is going to emerge, is wanting to emerge.